Hi, everybody. This is the football, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion. Your host, and welcome back to the football. I hope you like this video. Hit that subscribe button. So we talked a lot on this channel recently of the Giants ownership. And I have felt that the Giants owner, John Mara, is really ultimately, and we know this, he's ultimately responsible for what's been going on with the franchise since 2012, ever since they won their last Super Bowl. It's been a real struggle. They've only been to postseason, I believe, 2 times, and it's been a real problem. Now, I have been talking about how they needed to bring in a new voice. I thought that they needed to, if this doesn't work again, he needs to hire a guy that is a strong football guy, a guy that has experience, a guy that needs to be a president of football operations, not a general manager. They need somebody that's a go-between the ownership and the general manager and the coach. I think another person in the room would be very valuable in this situation. Now, the one thing I've noticed and took note of during, the talking of bringing back Joe Shane, the general manager, and Brian Daboll, the head coach, was how he talked about how he was sitting in on all the different meetings and he's listening and stuff. And I thought to myself, I know football's different. I know the Giants are a family business. They've been running things for 100 years, pretty much the same in a lot of ways. But maybe to have another person in the room, another guy in the room that can sort of be the go-between, and to be a guy that can really make the tough decisions, a guy that they can trust, a guy that will do a very strong job, a guy that is a sort of a football guru, if you would be, I think, would be very advantageous. Having another guy in the room, another person in the room to bounce ideas off of, that is the boss, but lets the general manager do his job. Obviously, doesn't interfere with the coach, and basically is the mouthpiece for the owner, but also is sort of the go between the general manager and the coach to the owner, and vice versa. That would not be, and I'm not saying that Mara is an interfering owner. It doesn't seem that way, but I think that is something that he should, and this is John Mara, should take a long, hard look at it, because sometimes the decision making may not be nearly as sharp as it was, or it should be. And that's what the Giants should think about doing. Obviously, that's Steve Tisch too, to keep in mind, but he's not nearly as involved as Mara is. But I found this interesting, that somebody from the past wants to come in and be a minority owner. This is, again, from Giants Wire. They do a great job. Eli Manning interested in becoming minority owner of the Giants. Wasn't that very interesting? Now, Eli's on TV all the time. He's everywhere. So is his brother. New York Giants fans have called on owners John Mara and Steve Tisch to sell the team after opting to retain general manager Joe Shane and head coach Brian Daboll, but that's obviously not going to happen. I don't think they should do that. There's been a very successful relationship between the two families. But might they entertain the idea of selling a minority share? If that were ever to come to pass, retired Giants legend and future Hall of Famer Eli Manning would be interested in taking on that role. Interesting. What's interesting about Eli was an okay regular season quarterback, never got hurt, played all the games. What makes him a Hall of Famer is he beat Tom Brady twice. And he beat Tom Brady the first time in that undefeated season. The only time they lost that year was when the Giants beat them in the Super Bowl. So that's what, and of course he followed it up with the second MVP and the second Super Bowl 4 years later. But that's what gets him over the hump. Quote, "It's definitely something of interest," Manning told Alex Sherman of CNBC Sports. "It's probably the only one team I'd be interested in pursuing, and it's the one I played for 16 years. And it's local, makes the most sense. We just got to figure out if they would ever sell a little bit or how that might happen for the Giants. Since retiring, Manning has assumed a part-time job with the team in the marketing department. Well, I'd like to see him do a little bit more than that. He's also taken on several other roles, including the Eli Manning show and the Manning cast, while continuing to work with all these different foundations. Manning, like longtime rival Tom Brady, has also dipped his toe into franchise ownership. He has a small stake in the New Jersey-New York Gotham Football Club, the National Women's Soccer League. Brady, of course, not only owns a stake in a women's soccer team, but is also a minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. Quote, I think my quest post-football is trying to find that passion and find something similar that I can work towards or I am truly committed to, Manning said. I kind of feel like I get to start over a little bit, and I'm enjoying that learning process of figuring out what else I'm passionate about. I shared the Giants coming up for sale seems highly unlikely, but should the day ever arrive, Manning will be there waiting at the front door. I mean, I would say having him around is not the worst idea because he was here when the Giants were good. He was also here at the beginning before that when they were bad, and he was there at the end when they were bad too. And the fact that he's not so involved day to day is actually a good thing because then he can come in and even just have him be an advisor, have him be another voice in the room, have him doing the marketing. That's nonsense for a guy of his experience and his his value as a person. He could do much better than doing this Manning cast. I gotta be honest. Great players that know how to win and stay healthy and all this, there's value to that. There's no value in what he's doing now. I gotta be honest. And he could help the Giants in a big way. Well, you let me know what you think about this in the video, in the comments section, of course. Thank you for watching the Football Hut. Please subscribe, and I'll see you later.